Back to school season is underway. Parents, students, and teachers are preparing for what they hope will be the first normal school year since the pandemic began. For many teachers, what should be a happy time has become uncertain because of recent political debates regarding education. There are also big staffing shortages in Maine schools and a gap in learning brought on by the pandemic. News Center Maine's Chloe Thibault spoke with educators on the front lines about what has changed and what they expect from this school year.
This will be where all my students will hang up their stuff, so they'll each get to decorate their name tags and everything.
If you couldn't tell, Hillary Belfleur is a teacher who loves her job. This year, she's going on her 10th year of third graders at Leroy Smith School in Winterport.
You have students that come in and they're like, wait, so you had my cousin or you had my brother.
Hillary grew up in this community, and most would probably say she ended up in the right place.
I dreamed of being Miss Frizzle as I grew up, and so I love that here I feel comfortable dressing up in a T-Rex costume while we're learning about fossils, and just if I'm excited, I feel my students are excited, which makes learning fun every day. When a child walks through these doors, I want the absolute best for them, and I really think it's important to show them that their dreams can come true here in the state of Maine.
Hillary is one of many Maine teachers returning to their classroom this fall, hoping for a more normal school year after the pandemic's disruption.
It was the experiences and the traditions that are so deeply ingrained in our culture that people were missing because of COVID.
Heather Whitaker teaches alternative education at Gorham Middle School. She says this fall she's looking forward to re-strengthening the connection between school and the community.
Public education is the bedrock of our democracy, of our citizenship. It is an equalizer. It's an equity piece. We need strong public schools that have public support.
Support that hasn't felt as strong lately.
I think that we've lost sight in some ways as a society of the daily miracle that is the public education system. It's the thing that we promise and that we invest in together.
Maine's Department of Education Commissioner Pender Macon says this is an issue that is not new, but is getting worse.
We've narrowed the curriculum, the enriching, joyful environments, the creativity and autonomy that educators and school leaders once were afforded. And that has happened over the course of a couple of decades now. And it seems to be hitting a crescendo because, yes, now there are very pointed political attacks on America's public education system, and it's echoing here in our own state.
An echo that has some choosing to leave the field entirely. According to data from the Maine Public Employees Retirement System, more than 1,200 teachers, ed techs, and administrators terminated in 2021. That's almost 500 more than usual, and is the highest yearly total in Maine PERS records going back to 2015. Another 821 people in teaching positions retired in 2021. Now education leaders like Dolly Sullivan are asking questions.
We have to think about multiple pathways and how are we going to get more people to enter the profession? How are we going to get career changers? How do we encourage people to come to Maine to teach here?
I am making a little bit more 38 years later, but I can't say that it's pay that keeps me here. It's the students.
Maine Central Institute teacher Deborah Susi says pay scale and support for teachers should be two top priorities.
My job as a teacher is to teach you how to be a better communicator, a better problem solver, a better collaborator. All of these, they're not soft skills. These are life skills.
Life skills that she plans to help students learn at their own pace this year.
I'm not going to expect my students to be here when 2 years they've not been in school on a regular basis. The learning gaps, the problems that we're having right now, academically, socially, emotionally, I do believe with support, care, encouragement, just meeting the student where they are, those gaps are going to lessen. They're going to shrink, yeah, for sure.
That's News Center Maine's Chloe Thibault with that report. Dolly Sullivan with Educate Maine says more than 15% of Maine teachers are over 60 years old, and that means many would be looking toward retirement soon. You can read more about the state's plans to tackle school staffing problems on our website and mobile app.